We are particularly honoured that June Geddes and members of the Geddes family are here today. It is fitting to remember Eric in the context. Remember Eric in the context of Richard's work entitled The Isle of Wight and Six Walks, produced in 1982 after walking from coast to coast on the island. Eric's studio was, to a great extent, the island and its beaches, on which he made so much magical and beautiful work. Of this work he said, "The works on the shore have a validity within the moment of their construction, absorbing the situation around them, the sea and the sky in their flux." Thank you. Let's start with the Isle of Wight and Six Walks, Richard. It's 1982. You are, 12, 15 years into your career. You have made some great artistic works and you've made some good gallery connections. You've been already all over the world. Do you remember much about visiting the island and the preparation for the piece?
It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
I just had the idea, and I just, very simple, come to the Isle of Wight, do it.
Yeah.
And I guess the idea really was to present, in a very ritualised way, the Isle of Wight. In other words, the walks are a ritualised cross-section of the island.
A ritualised cross-section, so yeah.
Yes, in a way. And you'll probably realise that when you look at the text work, the north is to the top of the work.
Yeah.
So the quarter of a mile on the left-hand side is where the needles are.
Right. So it's kind of...
So it's an abstraction almost.
Yeah.
Of Wight.
Yeah.
Using words. So sometimes Daisy's here to make work, and sometimes I use words to make art.
Yeah. And you say the idea, and you say that the idea was simple, and you said, well, I'm going to go to the island, I'm going to think about the island. Before you left, I know you prepare work, but did you,
You need a good map.
You need a map. you need a map.
Yeah.
But you also need a map for the preparation, don't you? You need to look at the map and see where you're going.
Yeah, so in that case, I looked at the map quite carefully and chose the route by country roads and lanes, because I don't like walking on main roads. But there are many main roads here. And then the interesting thing is that you have to bear in mind I walked between the beginning and end of each walk as well. So there was a lot of walking outside the work, as well as the walking to make the work itself.
Right, I see. So I asked about...
There's more to it than meets the eye in some ways.
Which I think is the case with all your work.
Yeah, that's right.
I asked about memory because I've sort of read a couple of thoughts that you put down on paper where somebody's asked you about remembering your work, and of course your career is very long now, and you've been working for such a long time. So you're bound to sort of forget some things, but you actually kind of said that you didn't remember much about the work, and I'm wondering whether that was because when you're doing the work, you're actually kind of in that moment, you're actually concentrating on the work as you're doing it.
Well, I always think that every walk I've done, anywhere in the world, there's always one memory I have of that walk. I might not remember the whole thing, but I have a very clear recollection of one moment or campsite or being on the front at Quay or somewhere of every walk I've ever made.
Sort of like a moment, atmosphere, a feeling.
Yeah. Anything. Could be anything. Could be like days where I was followed by a dog for like 4 days.
Anything at all?
There's many incidental details.
What about islands? Because in that year you went to the Isles of Scilly, I think, as well. 82, whether it was either side of there, but you made a piece on the Isles of Scilly. But since then, I mean...
Well, I made some good works on the Aran Islands as well.
Ah, right.
Ireland,
Yeah, I was going to be corrected by you, actually.
That's right.
because most people will know that we don't know half of Richard's work, and some of the walks he's done which he's not even recorded or felt as if he needed to make something from. But what I was going to ask you about the 82 time was that there's very few small islands in your work after that. I wonder whether there was this kind of realisation that sort of like the larger landscapes were the sort of thing which you were kind of interested in.
No, there's no special significance between. The Isle of Wight is an iconic piece of English landscape.
Yeah.
So why not use it?
Absolutely, fantastic. I think after today we maybe all ought to look at the piece and go off and actually walk it ourselves, maybe. I'm really. I mean, you just turned something upside down, which is in my.
I suppose I should.
Yeah.
So, no, these people. I'm showing a few things for you to look at, in case you don't want to listen to that.
Lovely afternoon. We should go off on the beach now.